start streaming. I didn't put in the streaming key. Fuck. Stream key, dog. This thing.
That's complex. It sounds complex. So you said jargons that they're foreign to me. On a
No,
streaming key, I don't know what that is.
dog. There's this app that I found. It's called OBS. So that's the app where I can stream like many windows of my computer onto my Facebook. That's why I can have like myself,
Weird.
my
Oh,
Chrome. Right now I have Chrome. I have
holy
basically
shit.
us showing there. Yeah, dog. And we are we live? We are live, dog. We are live in this shit. So welcome to my stream. We have in the house we have Joe Blacksam. I've known this guy for a very long time, guys. And today we're going to be talking about his debut album, M.I.M.E. Actually, what does M.I.M.E stand for? Is it an
Music is my
acronym?
skill. Well, it has two meanings. It has two meanings.
Okay.
It's the word mime first, that a person who acts out what they have in mind as opposed
The
to
mime, the mime,
voice.
the artists.
Yeah, mime artists,
Yeah.
they will build walls and stuff to charades. They charade, they play charades, and then you
Yeah.
have to guess what is this guy trying to portray. And that I was using that to sort of compare myself to. That's sort of the kind of person I was, a person who'd act out his emotions and thoughts as opposed to
Mm-hmm.
vocalize them.
Sure.
Yeah, it was problematic. And then it's also an acronym. It's an acronym for music is my escape.
Music is my escape. Shit, that's interesting,
Yeah.
bro.
That just that I can't I'm not gonna tell you that was the idea from the start. The acronym came afterwards. It sort of came to me. Holy shit, and it's
Yeah, so the name was there, and then the acronym is something that came
that
later.
followed. Yeah, the project was supposed to be the words of a mime before it became mime, and then I just dropped the words of a mime because the project itself is the words of a mime.
Mime, yeah. You being the mime.
Yeah, yeah, me being the mime. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So tell us a bit about yourself, though. Like where you from, you know?
That's a bit of a long story, but I'll
Yeah,
shorten it. I was
yeah,
born in Bloom. I'm in Bloemfontein right now, and this is where I was born. I found out that I was told that I was born here in Pilinomi,
yeah.
and I was moved shortly from here in my younger years to Chelmsford. I spent a short part of my childhood there. When I moved from there to Benoni with my parents, and I spent a few years of my childhood there. I think 3 years of my childhood there, and I moved from there with my mother, and I spent to the Sot, and I spent 5 years of what remained of my childhood there.
Cha,
And I came to Bremda in 2009,
same, same,
and
man.
that's
Wait.
yeah, it.
You've
I've
been
been
around.
exposed
So that
to
means
different people.
you've been exposed to like a lot of like different places. A lo-
Yeah, and different people,
yeah,
different dialects.
makes sense now.
So
Makes sense.
yeah, you'd find I'd leave, for instance, Chelmsford, and then I'd get to Joburg, and the way I speak, they found it weird. The way I spoke then, they found it weird. Like, where are you from? I tell them I'm from here.
Cause
When I got to the you were saying
you start adopting like the like languages of everywhere you are.
their dialect, yeah, you end up copying what they speak.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
and everywhere I went, they point that out. Like, dude, that's a weird dialect. Yeah.
so yeah. In all of this moving, when did you get into rap music?
In high school. I let's say listening to rap music started pretty early. My mom put me onto rap music, and she's not aware of it because right now she wishes that I made gospel music instead.
How did she get you into rap?
Somehow, somewhere, I can't tell you. She had a Jaru cassette tape. So,
Cha,
and
cha.
we're
You
traveling
listen
to
to it over and
Lesotho.
over again.
Yeah, I had to
Yeah,
repeat that
yeah.
the tape that had boom the rain. I think the rain is calling
Yo,
murder.
yo.
The more Ashanti. The whole lyrics.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had her play that over and over, and from there, then my taste for rap, they varied because people would come in and say, "Yeah, hear this guy," and then somebody would come in and say, "Here, these guys, they rap over rock," and then there's a singer too. And
Yeah.
I wasn't
Yeah.
aware of the rap, but that was the pattern, and all the sound, the music I was being given, there was a bit of rap. So listening to rap started early, and making
Yeah.
it, yeah, that only started around high school. Around high school, my friend had a laptop, and he'd record over his laptop. And when I'd come home from during the outreach, we'd have these outreaches, remember? And when I'd come home, he'd play me his music. Yo, dude, I put this together, and he taught me how to rap. Yeah, dude, this is how
Wow.
we do it. Just because he wanted somebody to
Yeah.
rap with, he wanted us to be a duo. So he taught me, and
And
then,
are you
to be
still
honest,
working together with the homie that got you into it?
no, we're still linked. He's my brother. So we're still in touch, but we don't work together anymore. He's studying. He's not rapping as much,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm here. Yeah,
You
you
grew a
know.
bit apart.
Yes, yeah. You could say that. You could
Yeah.
say that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So if it wasn't music that you're doing, what would you be doing now?
I'd probably be a lawyer on very, very hectic hours. I'd be a lawyer trying to look up some snow. Yeah, and somebody's apprentice. Let me not say, look, given the time since then, because it was 2014 when I was doing my first year of
Yeah.
LLB, ops, and it was 2014 when I decided, you know what,
Fuck
I'm
it.
not gonna go back to school. I'm gonna go
Just
do
sing my
rap.
music. Yeah.
And then, so given that time, perhaps I'd still be an apprentice now. Perhaps I'd
Yeah.
still be an apprentice.
That's
Yeah.
the, so you're
Yeah.
doing LLB before like you actually like decided to do music full time.
Yeah, yeah. And it wasn't even out of an interest for LLB. It was just, I can't tell my mother that I want to study literature and poetry.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
You have to
kind
be
of
a
a
doctor.
career?
You have to be a
you
doctor.
know, that was my mindset. That's the thing with
I
her.
feel you.
When I told her, look, I want to be a rapper. I was shit scared. I was terrified. And
And how did it
she
go?
she she let me. She was like, okay, yeah, I can't force you to be anything you don't want to be. So if you want to be a rap, she suggested that I look for a school where I can be taught music. Yeah.
So
So
do you go to
that I
school where
ended
you do
up.
music?
Yeah, I did a year in Boston for sound engineering, and
What?
yeah, in 2017, yeah, 2017
That's
started
dope, bruh.
started a short course in sound engineering at Boston,
That's
and
dope.
it was her suggestion. She was like, you know what? I think it was eating away at her that I wasn't at school.
Yeah.
I
So
know
she
you
was
just
like, go to school and at least
have
do
to get
something
a
that you like.
qualification.
Do
Yeah, at
something
least
that you
have
like.
a qualification.
Yeah.
And you can get a job. And if the rap thing doesn't end up paying out, then you can at least get a job in sound. It looks
Yeah.
like you have a passion for music. You can at least get a job in that.
That's
And
dope.
yeah, so it wasn't what I thought whatsoever. When I chose LLB, I was certain this is what she'll be happy with. But she wanted me to pick what I
She wanted
wanted.
you to be happy instead.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's a great story, man. And how long have you like? How long has music been part of your life? Probably since forever. I mean, it's music.
Probably, because
It's music.
definitely, this is not a probability.
It's a
It's definite.
definite.
There
Yeah.
are memories that I can't access of a time when I'd sing songs to my great uncle and my great aunt, and they'd sing them back to me to please me. I can't remember these songs. They sing them to me now, and I can't remember the song. And they tell me, "Yo, if I sang you this song, you'd light up. I knew I'd made your day or at least your moment." So that says it's been in my life longer than I can remember.
Sure. Sure. And basically, like, when did you come to realize that music is like a way forward for you?
When I realized that it's too late to start studying something else.
It's never too late, dog.
Well,
I
it's
don't think. I
never
don't
too
think.
late.
Yeah, it's never too late. But I get the sentiment that you're trying to
you
like.
know that that it was like, okay, um then it was okay, I'd like to have a car by at least 28. At least I'd like to have a car by 28, and I'd like to be paying my own rent by then.
Yeah, yeah,
So if I start if I try to start studying something else now, I'm not gonna have a degree in time, or at least a job that pays me enough in time. So yeah, this music thing has to pay. This thing, that's it
Yeah,
wasn't.
yeah.
I lying if I said it was a passion thing. It was more me realizing I've
Business,
invested much already, and
business.
this has to pay. Otherwise, I've made a significant loss.
Yeah, and also
Yeah,
like a loss in time.
yeah, yeah. So it was, yeah, get better, find a way, make it happen. You said you're not gonna give up, right? Do it.
If
And yeah,
okay, let me ask you one more thing. Like apart from music, if you had to sacrifice one skill, what would it be?
ability to deduce, the ability to break down stuff.
Yeah,
I was thinking reading. I was thinking reading. I was thinking reading when you asked that question.
yeah.
I was thinking, nah, not
Nah, not
reading,
really.
not reading, because you can read, and you can read a whole bunch of bullshit. Yeah, you can read, but you've read something that does nothing for you. But if you can comprehend and deduce, then you can understand from what even what a person's saying. Okay, whatever this person's telling me is bullshit. What this person's telling me makes sense. It
Yeah,
holds
yeah.
true. Yeah. So yeah,
That's dope.
thinking about it, yeah, I wouldn't like to lose my ability to comprehend and deduce.
Okay. And in what way do you aim to make a difference?
I can't say something absolute. As long as it's
Yeah,
positive, that's what
yeah.
I can say. Because perhaps the difference I intend to make is, let's say I want better rap music to be made. I want people to start being more honest
It's a
and telling their
difference.
story.
It's a
And then
difference.
you find that the difference I end up making is that somebody was consoled by the fact, oh, yeah, no one's actually like Stevenson.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
As long as
yeah.
it's something positive.
As long as it's something positive, as long as it's, yeah, as long as whatever it may be, I can't give an absolute thing that I want to
Because I agree
gauge,
with you.
because
I agree
I'll
with you.
change a whole bunch of different things in different people's lives. And
Because
I hope.
also so like a feeling is something that can also change. You know what I mean? Like you could feel a certain way today, and tomorrow you feel a way about your thoughts from yesterday, and you don't want to make the same difference. So as long as it's something positive, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. and
So
and like and like really also to the uniqueness of people, uh I'm realizing now that, playing my music to the people around me, that different interpretations are being made. They hear something and they come to their own conclusion as to, what I'm saying, and I don't tell them otherwise, because, who am I to tell you otherwise?
it's
You'll
their
even
own
find that
opinion.
by yeah, yeah. Oh, Pavel, Pavel, right? Pavel. Yeah, he
Yeah.
tells me often, "Boo, like I happy near war." You don't know shit. And it's
I
my
know.
thought.
I can already hear him say that shit. Yeah. Yeah. So tell me, like, how yes abo what track, eh? What's your creative process like? Do you make beats and then write later, or like how nalebo session you know yana? Do you start with a beat and then write for the same beat that you're making, or sometimes you just pop out the old beat that you already had, or what's your creative process like?
There isn't a fixed one. Sometimes
True.
I'll start with the beat, and then as I'm working on the beat, I'll start. I'll have the skeleton, and with the melody, with the rhythm, I'll start building a flow, and
Yeah.
then I won't add anything more to the beat until I've written stuff,
Ah.
for the beat. Then I'll add onto. I'll emphasize the vocals. I'll make the vocals the main instrument.
Yeah.
Sometimes I start with the vocals, just
Just
scatting. I
writing.
have a
Yeah.
flow, and then I'll start scatting. Here's a flow, and then I'll build a beat for that song.
Oh, that's sick.
So
That's sick.
in between all of that, there's a lot of smoking, and not even for inspiration,
Just
for
smoking.
pacing, and for reward system.
Yeah.
Sometimes
You need a
I do
blunt.
something I think is pretty cool, and I need a reward.
Yeah. You need to smoke.
I'll light a cigarette. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
cause for the most part, like yo, like when you say, you see what when you got me is like when you say you lace out like vocals, and then you'd make a beat for the vocals. That
For the vocals,
I
yeah,
find I
yeah,
find
making
I find that quite dope because I struggle a lot with that. Like, I once I have a beat, I never really go back to the beat. Like once I have a beat, I'm sure that this beat is exactly what I want, and then
complete, and you have vocals that bend to the beat.
yeah. But yeah,
It's not.
it's quite dope to hear other people's like creative processes. Like, it's yeah, it's dope. So how
It's,
yeah, how do you describe like your style of music?
sure, that's a difficult one. That's a difficult one. To this day, I still haven't fulfilled a request. Somebody was like, somebody told Pablo, "Hey man, tell that guy to name this genre because it isn't rap."
It
And
is unique.
I'm
It
here.
is unique.
I'm here certain I'm making rap. There are a lot of things that I'm throwing
There's
into the rap, and
there's
that's
only one person that you remind me of. Emphatic
who.
tabs, dog.
Emphatic tatsasehe emphatic. Emphatic ke hell ukuthi le ntho tse ding tse ka hlaya with era. All I've ever heard from emphatic is era, and that's all I've ever needed to
You
hear
must
from
check
a
out
rapper. So,
Age of Horrors from
Age
Emphatic.
of Horrors. I'm gonna write that down and check that.
Away. You really remind me of Emphatic tabs, dog. But you have like your own like Joe Blacksam swag to it. You know what I mean? Like, yes.
Um, I'm really happy to hear that. It says okay, you learned from the guy and you applied his teachings well.
Yeah,
you
bro.
know.
Like I haven't heard anything like I haven't heard anything like you don't sound like anyone actually, but you do have like that emphatic. I read a lot, motherfucker. Don't test me. Type of shit. Like it's a crazy rap shit. Like it's yeah. I just wish people can hear it. Like it's out of
It's
this world.
hard to
It's
describe.
out of this world. The only way to
This
describe it
guy.
is if people can hear it. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And
Or just say check for dining. There's another got man lily was like, you Sunday days, check for
yeah,
dining.
yeah, no, it is what it is. Yeah, yeah. I'm actually gonna take the link to your thingy on this live thing for everyone in my that's in the stream now. This will be available on my timeline forever. Yeah. Ke tlo add link ya teng, bra wa ka. Okay. What's your favorite project so far?
It's an obscure one. Obscure as in it's hidden. We haven't pushed it, let's say, much. It's Neresna Plan. That's what the project is called.
Yeah,
Neresna
that's
Plan, an
not
EP. Yeah, it really is my favorite project because we had fun making it. I was with my friends. There wasn't the pressure of it. Okay, this has to be
this is your debut. Yeah.
there wasn't all that. Now that this has to be
You didn't care
the
much about the
magnum
reception.
opus so far. It was more. I'm having fun. This is what you can do with rap. That's when I started playing with vernacular. That project made it possible for songs like Easy to come about. Because
Easy.
I
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so
was really
that was an EP before Easy.
yeah, there was an EP. It's a Hollow Youth EP. So there's our group Hollow Youth, and when we're rapping together, we have Hollow Youth projects.
Tell me
That
about Hello Youth. What is Hello Youth?
Hollow Youth started as a clothing label in high school. So we'd read this poem or we'd been read the poem by T.S. Eliot called Hollow Men, in Mrs. Lackey's class. And immediately we resonated with it because we were seeing ourselves in these hollow men that
Yeah,
can't stand by themselves and have to lean together. They're made of straw. They don't pick sides. It's not good. It's not bad. It's whatever keeps me going. And it's allowed for a lot of good. It's also allowed for a lot of bad. So we were aware of that. We were like, yeah. This is we don't want to be the hollow men. We're the hollow youth, and we don't want to be the hollow men. How do we become men who are fulfilled? that's how it started as a clothing label, us following our dreams, our creativity, expressing that. Then it turned into the music label when it became apparent that we were more than just people who were gonna take designs and print them on shirts. We were people who were gonna make art in all its forms.
Now it
So
became a
we had a
movement.
yeah, that's and then it became a movement, with the intention of, showing people that there is something called a second death. You die while you breathe,
Wow.
and and
Damn.
it become a hollow being, and you're not hollow here and now only, you're hollow eternally. These hollow men were in purgatory. They weren't on an earthly realm. So we understood that it transcends the life we're living now. And we were trying to, what we're trying to do still now is show people, reach for what you want, fulfill yourself, see fulfillment continually.
Facts. Cool. So, in the next years, like, how do you see your sound like transforming or evolving?
That's also hard to say because it's all about what I end up hearing in the future. I could hear what's being made in the current time and draw from that. I could hear what was made even further than what I'm listening to now and draw from that. It's gonna evolve with the world changing around me. I'm not gonna be the rapper who's gonna exist in a vacuum and be like, yeah, this is my sound, and yeah, I'm never gonna do it.
You're going to
Yeah, no.
experiment with other sounds and stuff.
I'm able to make the music that I make today because a friend showed me this huge catalog of music, and it wasn't just rap, and it wasn't just rock. There was future bass, there was electronic, there was
Everything.
dubstep, and I was like, "This is the library I've been looking for." And I went through that library. I have it still, and it's
So,
contributed to the
is that
music I make today.
like a friend's library?
Well, when I say library, I mean storage of
Or like
music, like
a collection
so.
of music? Oh, okay.
Like
I
they
thought
had, yeah,
I thought like he's been making like everything and
like CDs.
anything. I was like, yo, where does the
Yeah,
motherfucker find the time? But yeah, yeah. Cause
yeah.
when I also check like this project of yours, like I don't see any features here. Did you do this all on your own?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the every song there from 1 to 9. There are two other songs that didn't make it for copyright reasons,
Yeah,
but the songs there you see no features.
I see.
And even on the following two songs that didn't make it, there aren't any other rappers or singers on it, and it's not because I was trying to hoard the spotlight. It's solely because there was nobody else close to me, and I wasn't gonna wait for there to be
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
close to me. Yeah.
Nah, that's dope, bruh. I
Sorry
noticed
about
that. I
that.
noticed that, and I was like, halal. Cause most people now they're like can't finish songs alone. It's hard for people now. Songs have become shorter. You know, songs are like fucking what you call the snippets now.
Yeah, yeah, and worse, there isn't much variety in the
Yeah,
freaking snippet.
yeah.
That's
The
heartbreaking, and
snippet, the snippet
that's
is
what's
just
promoted.
the hook.
And some mumbling, and then
Yeah,
and utterances, and then we have that's a verse, and then we have the hook again. Yeah.
yeah, no.
Ah, no,
No,
no, no.
that's dope. That's dope. Cause I see like here on your project, like the shortest song is like 1 minute 12 seconds, and that's a skit. It's not even a song. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah.
So yeah, and there's like a song that goes like for 8 minutes.
When the hearts speak, yeah.
Hey, you had a lot to
Yeah.
say. Eh?
Yeah, I was with this project. I've been on a path of artistic self discovery and rap. Let's say that, and in production. I've been trying to test myself. What can I do? How much better can I get? That's why I wasn't worried about getting other people to come onto the project. It was okay. Let's see
Let's
how
get to
much
it.
I can break down this idea, this topic, this thing that I'm feeling now. How far can I go with it, and how nice can I make it sound so that somebody goes, nice flow, and then goes, okay, now what are you saying?
And then you're still
Yeah.
saying a lot of shit, if you know what I mean. Have you thought about writing a book?
I have, and then I decided not to. I decided not to. I decided, you know what, the book's gonna be the music. If you
As
wanna hear what I
as an
have to say and what I
audiobook,
think,
as an
go to
audiobook
the
of
music.
music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, who are your biggest influences?
Lymphatic, among others. Lymphatic, yeah. You know, pretty ugly, pretty ugly all as well.
Yeah,
Witchy 1080.
yeah, good
Okay, they're
producer.
hand in hand,
Yeah,
So already you hear, okay, here's Mozart, here's whoever could have fallen on Mozart's crazy instrumentals. Yeah, yeah. And then from there, it's a host of international people. I don't go out and download music much. I get my music, like you've been hearing, from people saying, "Hey, check this out, check this out, check
yeah,
this out," and then I'll start downloading that artist's music if I like it. So I don't go out and say, "Okay, who's new?" Until recently,
yeah,
Instagram allows for that now. It
yeah.
allows for genuine discovery of new talent.
Yeah, yeah.
For now, at least. For now, yeah, for now.
It's
So
genuine for
yeah, there's
now.
a yeah,
Eventually, start pushing what they
yeah.
want you to see.
Yeah, from there, it's a host of like the Chicago guys in America, like Bo Chance, Bo Mick Jenkins, Bo
Yeah,
Saba, Bo Vic. Those guys make crazy music, And then there's the West, Bo TDE. Who else is in the West that I can think of? Reggie's in the West. They're names that might not be well known, but yeah, they're really good guys. They're
yeah.
guys who are sick. Yeah.
That's dope.
In the East, Joey Badass. I can't leave out Joey Badass because yeah, Joey Badass was among the few people who showed me, hey, yeah, you can get this sick, and yeah, it doesn't
And
have to take
and
you
you don't have to change.
forever. Yeah, and you don't have to comply with the current zeitgeist. You can be your own
Yeah.
element. Like Tyler, they came in and they were like, yeah,
Like
yeah,
I don't have
I
to
see.
change. Taylor was like, I don't.
Sorry.
Taylor was like, I don't have to change.
Yeah,
Because
yeah. It was
we're
yeah.
coming in
It's
here and we're not conforming. We're bending the rules.
yeah. Yeah, we're made to believe that nobody's gonna fuck with that. You
Yeah.
sign to a label, they tell you, man, you've been like Pre was saying, he's been rapping. He's been rapping for too long. No, because he won't be a household name and rap, and that's nonsense. That's
Mm,
nonsense.
mm.
If you put the guy's music on a platform where we expose and Jatangata, then people will resonate with good music.
Yeah, because
Even if
he
they
makes
don't
good
know the
music.
name. But that's at that moment hits, but that's not what happens.
Mm.
When they suggest to you this is what's hot, it's not really what's hottest, and they'll tell you that that's what's hottest, so that's what you should be making, but it's not. If you do a little digging, you'll
Basically,
see
get
it's
the
not.
influencer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they're managing perceptions.
yeah.
They're managing perceptions, and it's all about whether people have faith in what's said. If they do, then that's when Hotlabale decay in the genre, like there has been.
Yeah, true. So, tell me, né, what makes you different from other rappers?
Yeah, it's the first question, and I can't give an absolute answer. And I can say maybe because get our child of yeah, I'm smoking Stevenson's. Ke 7 rand no ka nako tsa corona and hanta wole ke nta wa pokot.
Kela
And then
nnete.
yeah,
That's
and then
true.
maybe somebody else o tla tla o tla hele o tlile diamond o entse ntho, what a sick line ka masturbating. You have no idea what it'll be, they'll vary. Somebody will come and say, you're pretty funny, you're pretty dark, you're pretty smooth, I like your rawness. So it's all on what people hear. I think I sound like Mama. Somebody comes and says, you sound like Smino. Okay, yeah, yeah. I can't tell you otherwise because, it's your perception. So I can't tell you. You'll have to get a full survey of the entire country and all my listeners to get a direct answer.
Sure, sure. Um, next question. Yeah, no, that's a good answer.
No, I'm happy. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. Oh shit! I thought it was Gemini for a second. Sorry.
Nah, would you say you are like would you say you are at all like any of your biggest influences?
Probably like Gonzo like
Emphatic.
you say static. My friend told me Flying Lotus. It's a definite. It's a definite. I definitely sound like the people I listen to.
You are what you
I'm just
eat.
glad that I can be heard as well. That Joe
Yeah,
Blacksam is being heard as
yeah,
well. You know.
yeah. If you could collaborate with anyone, big or small, who would it be and why?
There's a guy called Flume. He's an Australian producer.
Flu.
Flume. Yeah, yo. He makes a genre called future bass. Yeah, the guy's beats are insane. The guy's beats are insane. The guy's beats, they make you feel like you wish you had wings and you could jump off Naval Hill and then teleport to the Eiffel Tower. Oh, to jump on a beat like that, you should really
His
check
name
him
is
out.
Flume.
Flume, Flume.
Flume.
Yeah, he's an Australian producer. He makes future bass.
Flume.
It's powerful stuff. It's powerful stuff. Stuff I tried to mimic even with my own production.
Cha. I'm
Yeah.
gonna check him out. I'm gonna check him out. Just open the tab that ends I fail. Um, when do you think the future of the where do you think the future of the music industry lies? I
Where it lies, yo. Oh, that's okay. I won't give a completely bleak answer. I won't give a completely bleak answer because my my perspective of it is not completely bleak. I don't see blackness. If I saw blackness, then I wouldn't be making the music that I make.
big
It
flex.
it's really in the faith of the listeners. Imagine how what's being done is it's being made more convenient to consume the stuff that isn't good for you. It's
Yeah,
like yeah, like fast food. Fast food is very convenient and it's not good for you. But
that's what
if
you're into music.
whole sacrifice of your health for the convenience, then that's what happens. The health of the nation deteriorates. It's the very same way with music. I'm not gonna mention names, but
Yeah,
platforms. But you know what
yeah,
they do. You
yeah,
know what
yeah,
they do,
yeah.
and they
Basically,
have a cake.
basically,
Yeah.
basically, people are being forced to think that musicians are good or are popping, and musicians are pushed in front of them, and it makes it harder for you to reject the people that are being placed in front of you by securing these placements. I don't know how they do it because you also need to be placed there. you
Yeah,
know, you
just
know,
I just open any popular streaming platform and hit shuffle or hit play. You're not gonna if you pick an artist, you might pick an artist. It's likely that you're gonna see uh artists relative to that artist, but they're also gonna sneak in a whole lot of their own artists,
yes,
and they're the ones they're gonna throw in every time a shuffle. And I see it everywhere I go. No matter the streaming platform,
mm,
they'll tell you this is what's hot. But have your algorithms assessed my taste? No,
no,
this is who's gonna make you the most money,
yeah.
and we enable it as consumers.
So
We enable it.
do you think as an artist in the future, because now at some point, like maybe in the 2015s, 2016s, record labels were like losing their grip on artists, and people were like actually saying it's better to actually go indie. Do you think in the future again, like people are going to need major labels again because they actually own the streaming platforms now?
They already do.
Yeah.
They already do. They already do right now. For instance, TDE can try and pull its library from all of the streaming platforms owned by their major label. They can try it, say it's a protest, but it's
It
it's
doesn't
not
hit
going to
them. It
change
doesn't
anything.
hit them where it
It's not
hurts.
going to change. They have so much. Earlier, yeah, they had that much power,
Yeah.
but they no longer have that power. It already says that the labels have the power again.
Yeah.
and it's gonna continue being a chess game like that.
So it's hurting the indie
Somebody's
artists
gonna
here.
come and think, okay, I want to put on the indie artist, and this is how I'm gonna put on the indie artist. The indie artist will jump onto that, and maybe even some major artists will also jump onto that, and it'll catch fire. And then the major labels will realize, okay, we're losing power again, and they'll play chess again to snuff that out. Because I mean, think about it. Let's say you owned a streaming platform, you've come up with an algorithm that caters to people according to their taste and allows for artists to make a decent wage off it.
Hmm.
Uh, and this is making you some money, but it could be making you more if you were greedier. Yeah. And then they come along, they say, okay, yeah, we're gonna buy you out for this much. You never have to work again a day in your life.
You take the big bag.
all I have to do to clear my conscience is say, you'll take care of the artist, right?
And the
Yeah,
CDs.
we will. Okay, fine. I'm going to the Caribbean. Yeah, I'm going to where it's hot. Yeah.
Oh. And that never really happens because obviously greed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, thank you for your time, man. This has been like a great interview with you. Would you like to like leave maybe your socials, like tell us where to find you, IG, Instagram, you know?
Thank you. Firstly, thank you very much for the opportunity as well.
No
I've
problem.
really enjoyed speaking to you. My Instagram handle is at Joe underscore Blacksam underscore the underscore hollow. So it's Joe Blacksam the hollow, and it's an underscore between each word.
Okay,
Twitter's just at Joe Blacksam, and as well as Facebook, it's just Joe Blacksam.
cool.
So you can find me on those platforms. If you have a streaming app like Spotify or Apple Music, all you have to do is
Joe
search Joe
Black.
Blacksam, and you'll find my music.
All right, dog. And for bookings, maybe an email address, something.
My email address is joeblacksam at gmail.com. Joe Blacksam is one word, yeah.
All right, dog. Thank you for your time, dog. Do have a blessed one, Joe.
Likewise, thank you very much as
All
well.
right, dog. It was fun talking to you.
Feelings mutual, bro.
All right. Sure. Dope shit, bruh. Always.